All right, guys, Ryan Dennis here with the A Scene, your premier source for all things entertainment right here in Atlanta. And Tyler Perry Studios is always booming. He's always keeping major projects and television shows. And one of those shows is House of Payne, which makes its return this September on BET. Now, joining me are cast members Lance Gross, Keisha Knight-Pulliam, and China McClain. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you guys are a family on and off stage. House of Payne went on an extended hiatus back in 2012. Did you ever imagine it would come back in this fashion?
I feel like we all thought it would. We just didn't think, I didn't think it would take this long. But I'm happy that, we're back and we're here. And quite frankly, we picked up like we never left.
Yeah, I agree with Keisha. I mean, I didn't think it would take this long, but yeah, it's good to be back. You know, like you said, we're a family on and off stage. So just to get back in the swing of things with everybody is great.
Yeah, I agree. When you just said it wrapped up back in 2012, that made me realize how long it's been. Like, it really has been a while, but it didn't feel like that. As soon as we walked in, it felt like we never left, like you said. So yeah, it was great.
The only thing that made us feel like it had been so long is look at China and Doc. Grown. We had
full adults.
Like,
I tripped out looking at Doc too. I really tripped out when I first saw him.
It's like China and I, we worked together. Was that your first project that you did when you were itty bitty?
The Gospel?
The Gospel.
That was my first project ever.
First time I met China, we worked on a movie together. So I really feel it. Like, I feel like people sometimes feel with me because they grew up with me when I look at China.
That's incredible. Now, it is a new network. What can we expect to see this season?
A lot of laughs, a lot of drama, and just good fun.
Yeah. It's that good family entertainment that everyone could sit down, can watch, can laugh with, can cry with. And with everything going on with COVID and all this shelter in place and this crazy new norm, it's something that is so comforting. It's something that is nostalgic. It's something that, is going to give that sense of normalcy and just family, quite frankly. So I hope people really enjoy it.
I think they definitely will, because it feels like the same show that it was. But at the same time, it's so different because some of the relationships on the show have definitely changed. Like was said earlier, I've gotten a lot older. Doc has gotten older. So now we're dealing with issues on the show that we were not before. So it's very nostalgic, but at the same time, it offers something new.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something that I just love is the family sitcom. I feel like, this show is going to bring back so many good vibes. What was it like returning to set versus then and then now?
Man, we've all grown. We've went off to do other projects, but we still, I know I had that warm feeling. I mean, it was kind of like a family reunion, and we picked up where we left off, so it was all good.
I always say that for me, friends are the family that I choose. So I don't, when I call you my friend, when I call you, you are family, and we're definitely family. Like, it was so great being back with everyone. And, we've all gone on to do different projects, but there's something special about this group of people, about this cast. And I feel that it creates the magic on the screen. You can see it, you can feel it when you're watching us.
Yeah, 100%. And for me, it was really strange walking back onto set because it looked the same way it did when I was like 7 and we were filming, and I just really had to take a second. Like, the couch and everything, like Atiella and Uncle Curtis's house was the exact same. It took me a second to get used to that before I had to do my first scene, and then everybody being back together, it was a strange feeling. I can't really describe it, but I know that I feel differently on this show than I have on any other project that I've ever been on, and it still feels the same.
Now, House of Payne was one of the groundbreaking projects that was being produced by Tyler Perry Studios, and you guys actually got your own Walk of Fame at the grand opening.
Yeah.
What was it like coming to work and seeing your name on the pavement?
Oh my God.
It was a surprise. We didn't know. had no clue what was happening. And I think that it was almost like a speechless moment. And it was just kind of in awe. It's one thing to do something that you love and to be a part of, you know, a project that you hold so near and dear to your heart, but then for your work to be appreciated, valued, and just kind of given, you know, it's different when it comes from your own, you know, kind of like the Image Awards or what have you. When it's your own people who are celebrating you, it hits different.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lance, you want to go?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, it didn't. It really didn't. It felt different. It didn't feel like, you know, receiving an award or something. It felt like it was so much more special than that. Yeah, it was just so cool. I'm never gonna forget that experience because, like Keisha said, we had no idea. Somebody just grabbed us out of the crowd and then put us in spots, and we were like, "What's happening?" But I'll never forget that. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a warm feeling. It was humbling. So unexpected. I mean, Tyler didn't tell us anything about it. He just honored us with so many other greats, you know. So yeah, it was moving. I cried in the car.
So did I.
Now, we always hear about the Tyler Perry machine and being on set. What was it like being behind the scenes? How long did it take for you guys to film this season? I hear you choose these things really quick.
Oh my God.
Man, Tyler does things quick. What do we do this in 2 months? Less?
We were doing like 2 to 3 episodes a day,
Yeah, Tyler, he gets it done.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be on your game. You got to be on your game for sure.
And actually, when I first walked in, I forgot that we have in little earpieces, and that Mr. Perry is talking to us during the scene. So if there's something that he wants to add and stuff, you just have to listen and jump right in. So yeah, it's very quick, and he's very like off the top of the head with it. You know, the scripts are very loose. He just gives us a lot of room to go in there and have fun. So yeah, it's very quick.
The game has to be on point, absolutely, and for sure. But again, because we're so just, our characters have become such an integral part of who we are, and we know them so intimately, it makes it easier because I know what Miranda would say or how Miranda would do it. And everyone has that same experience. So when you're doing so many scripts a day and then coming off the cuff and then improvising, you really have to be present in the moment.
Because you guys have grown with these characters for so long, how do you identify with your characters on the show? Because you guys have been playing these roles for quite a bit. And I'm sure people will still identify with you guys playing these roles.
I think growing up in a really big family and being, you know, one of the youngest around, I can really understand that because I only have one younger sibling. So that aspect I really love. And I feel like every time I walk on set, I'm kind of walking into my own house and experiencing it kind of in a different way with a different group of people, but it still feels like my family. So I can really relate to that.
And
with Calvin, I relate to him because I'm myself. I'm a big kid, and Calvin is a big kid. But you know, now I have children, so I'm mature, and it's kind of on the same plane. I mean, I graduated college a lot sooner, you know, but yeah, Calvin is just a good guy, and I consider myself a good guy.
For Miranda, there are some similarities, but there's also a lot of difference. I mean, Miranda started out as a con artist. That's just not. She's grown and she has evolved not only as a woman and a wife and a mother. So I think, you know, for her, in terms of what I identify with, is her love and her fight for family, because that is very much who I am as well. But you know, with Miranda, I've just really enjoyed her journey, and it seems to keep going and going. Sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know what other twists and turns Tyler can throw in here. Way. So yeah.
And we all know Tyler Perry as Medea and an entertainer and this powerhouse. But what is it like working for Tyler Perry, the boss?
He's so chill. He's so chill. He's like my uncle. He's been like that since I was 7. Like, I feel like, I don't know what people think his energy is or what people assume his energy is from seeing like some of his other projects, but I mean, he's super duper chill, very patient, because things move so quick, and he's just really, he's gotten that down. He's gotten that patience down. He's mastered it. So he's great.
For me, it's inspiring. I mean, he works so hard. His blueprint is amazing. The environment that we work in, I mean, we come to set and we pray every day. So it's just different. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like home. You know what I mean? We've worked for Tyler for so long, it just feels like we're working for a relative. You know what I mean? And he understands us, we understand him, you know, so it's a good work environment.
I mean, it's just the epitome of Black excellence. When you pull up to the studio, when you're there, when you're working, when you're looking around, you know, the cast, the crew, all the different people, the executives, when they can look like you know, that's special from the top down. You know, it's apropos being that the studio is located in Atlanta, Georgia, Wakanda, and it is very much that. It's, you know, it's very much that. And I'm so happy and proud to be a part of the legacy. And that's what he's created. You know, Tyler has created a legacy that is going to live far beyond him, any of us, and for generations to come. And that speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know, this year has been so unexpected. And, you know, who would have thought that we would all be in our homes, you know, 5 months later into the pandemic? You know, how have you guys been able to navigate everything?
Well, we got Zoom, you know. You know, I like to look at the bright side of it. I mean, this has been a great opportunity to just get in touch with self, spend a lot of time with your family, which is the most important thing, you know. So, yeah, it's the upside for me. You know, it's different, but, you know, we all need rest. And this is kind of God's way of forcing us to get our rest. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it.
You know, I agree with Lance. I'm such an eternal optimist as well. And I always find the silver lining. I always find the joy in every situation. And I agree, this was the time to give everyone, the world, a hard reset, for us to refocus our priorities, for us to, you know, appreciate the small things and celebrate, you know, just the joys of the things that are truly important. And that's your health first. And then, you know, your family, because you're looking around and seeing so many people who A, are disconnected from family, or B, don't have their health. And just my appreciation is, I always say that, you know, as long as when your question is not if you will eat, but what you will choose to eat, you're blessed, because there are plenty of people who that isn't their story or their struggle. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be getting back to work. I'm grateful to have had this time, because we were all like working crazy hard, I know, up until this, and it created a space where the world and everyone just had to take pause. And, you know, you got to find the beauty in that. Hopefully people will do things differently. You know, people keep talking about this new normal, but let that permeate every facet of your life, you know, because you shouldn't be working to live, but you should be living and enjoying the work that you do.
Yeah, I agree with everything that they just said. And for me, I'm not going to act like it's harder than it is, because to be honest, I'm not very social anyway. So usually I'm in my house. That's my reality usually. But this seemed different. This is unprecedented. This has never happened before. And I never thought that I would see this happen in my lifetime. And everybody is kind of on the same page in this feeling that, okay, now we kind of have to stop living on autopilot and look in the mirror and focus on ourselves. And I've gotten so close to my family. We were close before. I didn't think we could get any closer, but we have. And this has also been a good time for me, because I'm so young and I'm still learning a lot of new things. So I've taken this time to really build my relationship with God and get closer to him. And that I'm really grateful for going into, you know, what's next.
And I meant to tell you a happy belated birthday.
Happy belated.
Happy belated. Lord, how old?
22.
Oh, wait, I told you happy birthday. I'm tripping. Yeah.
You did, Liz. You told me. But thank you. I can't believe I'm
Wow. Now, this has been a dream come true for me because I definitely love this show. Now, for the new audience that's watching this on BET, why should people watch House of Payne season 7?
Because you know you missed us, and we giving you everything that we gave you before. It's just a continuation. We pick up where we left off. I mean, it's good family fun. It's something for all age groups, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched before, now the time's to start. You know, the good things, we're at home anyway. Binge watch the first 6 seasons so you can be ready and on point for season 7.
Boom. Yes, and for the people, yes, like Keisha said, who have not seen it, oh, it's such a feel-good show. You're going to laugh and you're going to cry as well. Mr. Perry teaches some really good lessons for all age groups, so you should definitely check it out.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to check out House of Payne this September on BET and BET+. And for more on the entertainment scene right here in Atlanta, log on to 11alive.com/BAC. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Bye.